Good morning. Happy Thursday. This week has gone by quickly, thank God. Not that I'm trying to rush my life away, but I am. No, I didn't get on this video and start yawning. I am about 13, 14 days from my next much needed vacation. And I am, of course, putting the last finishing touches on this vacation. I thought I would do a video about it and talk about group travel, the good and the bad of group travel. So, every year for Memorial Day, I travel with a group of people that I met maybe 8 or 9 years ago. And I met these people because I decided for the first time in my life that I was going to Bike Week. Every Memorial Day, for those who don't know, every Memorial Day, Myrtle Beach have what's called Atlantic Bike Week and sometimes called Black Bike Week. And that's basically where all the black bikers and everybody who like biking or just want to go to the beach and have a good time with a group, whatever, head down to Myrtle Beach for Memorial Day. Usually they go around Wednesday and stay through Monday. So I decided, my sisters had gone for years. Two of my sisters, I don't know whether my baby sister ever went or not, but two of my sisters for sure had gone for years. In fact, one of my sisters, her best friend, would fly in from California to go, honey. Well, I said, I'm going to go because, see, I had never went because I was so deep into the church and I was married, blah, 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 blah. And I said, I'm going to go. There go that coughing again, y'all. And so I said, I'm going to go. And I told my cousin, she decided to come with me. And so I told him, look, I'm driving my own car in case I get there and it's too much for me. I'm going to come on back. Well, as soon as I got there and parked, I realized that this was something I was going to love for a long time. Which didn't surprise me. Sorry, y'all, damn, moving around in my bed. So, trying to get in a better position so I don't cough. But anyway, where was I at? Oh my, okay, so I should have known I was gonna love it. I love motorcycles and I love the beach. So anyway, so while I was there, of course, I said I went to with my cousin and her friend and coworker, who I had just met for the first time. I had just met her friend and her coworker for the first time. And then when we got there, her coworker friends that came from Indiana met them. It was a couple, the husband and wife, and through them, I met another two girls who lived maybe an hour and a half away from me here in North Carolina for the first time. Also met a guy that lives in New Jersey for the first time. So these group of people that I travel with, and I met some other guys that live here in the same city with me. One lived in Winston-Salem, but here in the same city with me for the first time. Who else? So I met these people for the first time 8 or 9 years ago at Bike Week. And so I went that year, and the next year I went back again to Bike Week, and the next year I went back again to Bike Week, and the next year. And after a while I said, look, I love Bike Week. I'm tired of coming. You know, I'm the type. Let me give y'all something else to look at. Okay. I'm the type that, there's some significance to these pictures, by the way. But anyway, so I'm the type that kind of get tired of things, you know. I can't do the same thing over and over again. So I proposed to the group. I said, look, let's start putting in a hat places that we would like to go. And every year at the end of our trip on Sunday night before we, pack up to leave Monday, let's pull out of the hat where we want to go. So we were like, okay. So at that point, we did that for the first time. And our first trip that was not Myrtle Beach was Daytona. Daytona. We had a great time. We were staying in a fly-in community. We jet skied for the first time, different things like that. So we've pulled things. We've traveled, like I said, as a group for 8 or 9 years now. And this year, out of the hat came Ocean City, Maryland, which surprisingly none of us have never been to before. So I'm looking forward to that. That's a place I've never been. So the good and the bad of group travel. So I love to travel. I love to travel and do it often. And I love planning just as much as I love the travel part of it. Not just as much, not just as much. I love the planning part of it also. Not just as much, but I love it also. Putting the whole thing together. Finding accommodations. Or if I'm cruising, finding the cruise. Searching out, making things match my dates. Seeing what activities will be available. That type thing. I love the whole planning out the thing because it gets me excited and something to look forward to, and I just like it. And so when you plan it for yourself, it's easy. You already know where you want to go. You already know what you're going to do. So you just find it and you move on. However, when you're planning for others, involving others, you got to make sure that everybody's pleased. So the first part of group planning, what we do as a group is that we find us a house big enough where all of us can stay in if possible. Now, when we used to go to Myrtle Beach, we would, and this was something they had already started before I started traveling with them. I would start traveling with a group of people and change it. Them people had been going to Myrtle Beach for 20 years. In fact, the couple that went, they met in Myrtle Beach 20 years ago and met, and then, a year later got married. So they've been married, I guess, 20 years now. I would come along and just change the whole dynamics of what they were doing for 20 years. Like, look, okay, that's nice y'all like to go to Myrtle Beach Fight Week. We ain't doing that no more. Anyway, I just thought about that I was the person who came to the group last, but I'm the person who changed everything. But anyway, what was I saying? So when they used to go to Myrtle Beach, the group, before I started traveling with them, the women would stay in one condo and the men would stay at this place called the Captain Quarters, which the women would refuse to stay in. We wasn't staying at the Captain Quarters because the Captain Quarters is like, ugh. But we would sure go over there and party with them over there at the Captain Quarters, but we wouldn't stay there. So that's what we would do at Myrtle Beach. We would stay. But when we went to Daytona, we said, look, we're going to find a house big enough for all of us. And the same thing when we was planning the trip to Puerto Rico and to the other places. So, of course, for Ocean City, we said we're gonna all, of course, find a house big enough. So me and one of the guys we got together and the two of us went through houses, take it back to the group. I don't like that house. Come back, we look for, and then we was held up looking for a house because one of the guys, the guy from New Jersey, talking about he wanted a house with a pool in the back, which I understand because we always rent a house with a private pool, with a pool. And I finally had to tell him, look, we're going up north. Down south, folks have pools, no big deal. Folks have pools like they have pets, okay? But up north, folks don't be having pools in the backyard, okay, sir? So you're going to have to drop that off your want list. So that's one of the, like, so far, the good of traveling as a group is having, you already know your socially, you already have the people with you're going to need, that you're going to want. You're already with friends. And with us, with this group of people, we only see each other twice a year. We see each other we see each other for North Carolina homecoming, and then we see each other for the Memorial Day trip. So that's the good of it, getting together with friends and enjoying vacation with friends. The bad of it is during the planning, trying to find something to please everybody. So finally, and this young man, see, I'm gonna have to take this video down when I get to when we get to Maryland, because I don't want him to look at it and be mad at me. But he knows it's the truth. This young man, he's the youngest out of all of us. He insists upon going with us older folk. Well, he's he just turned 40. And most of us are at least, about to turn 49 and up. In fact, we are. He's the youngest one. He just turned 40. I'm the next youngest one. I'll be 49 in August. Everybody else is already 50 and up. In fact, 52, 53. So, but he insists fine. He wanna hang with us. But yeah, every year he whines and gives us a problem. And he know it's true. But I'm gonna take this video down so he don't see it. But he know it's the truth. And he the one who said, I want a pool in the backyard, and had us held up. But so finally we found a house that we agreed on. And actually for him, I'm gonna show y'all. This was our compromise. Okay. We can see this canal throughout. No matter what part of the house you in, you can see this canal. Okay, sir? All right. So can we book this house and move on? Okay. So now it's time to book the house. To put the deposit down. We try to do this this trip is in May. We try to have our deposit in no later than mid-January. Okay? So now it's time to put the deposit down, which is usually falls on me or the guy that I work with to find the house. One of us. We just kind of take turns every year. Because here's the thing about the person who use their card to do the deposit. Now everybody's gonna pay you, but it's on your card. So my goal when I use my card is put this deposit down. It says $700. Okay, I'm gonna need all you people to give me your part of the deposit. So when this billing cycle comes around, I can pay it in full and there'll be no interest, because I am very careful, for lack of a better word, till a better word comes in my mind, with my money and my credit report and how much interest rate I'm going to pay and how much interest. So if you're the person using your credit card and everybody's like, I'll pay you later, they don't realize that every time you don't pay that bill off and a billing cycle comes around, you're paying interest on that money. Whether it be 2%, 5%, 9%, based on whatever your credit score is. That's what your interest rate on your credit card is going to be. You paying interest on that money. So getting people to pay that deposit, because everybody want to go until money's due. Sometimes that can be the bad of it. Sometimes that can be the bad of it. And that can be a little stress. That's part of the stress of traveling with group, is getting that money. Because like I said, everybody want to go until the money's due. But again, that's the bad of it. But then the good of it is that you're saving money, because let's say to go to Ocean City. We're going to Ocean City, Maryland. Go to Ocean City, Maryland for Memorial Day. That's a holiday. Everybody want to head to some beach. And you try to get a hotel room. You're probably going to pay more than you would have for a room in a house. So what we do is, if the house has 6 bedrooms, because like I said, we get a big house where everybody can go in together. If the house has 6 bedrooms, we divide the price down by the room. Not by the number of people going, but by the room. I'm the type that I always want my own room. I don't want to share with nobody. In my home bathroom if possible. But, so let's say if the house is, I don't know, $1,200, $1,250. That's about what? $250 each, something like that. Quick math. So instead of, for 4 days, you're paying $250 for your room. Whereas in a hotel, you ain't gonna find no hotel where you paying $250 for your hotel room with 2 double beds for $250 for no 4 days. In fact, it's gonna be $250 per day. So that's the advantage of group travel, is that you can rent a big vacation home and divide the price down and come out better. And like I said, we divide the price down per room rather than per person. Now, if you want to take 20 people in your room, that's on you, because you're still paying $250, and you and them 20 folks can divide that. But or if you're like me, or it's just you, and if you have a little friend, your significant little friend, whatever, it's just the two of you. Well, however you want to do it. Anyway, so that's the advantage, is that money wise, you coming out better, dividing that price down. With the vacation house, we can eat breakfast at the house rather than having to go out to eat breakfast. Now, I'm the type, when I'm on vacation, I don't want to cook and eat at home. I want to eat out to places where I have never, I hope I'm not covering the mic, I have never ate before, and I think I was. So I usually don't, we may cook one night or grill out one night as a group, but for the most part, we eat out at places that's not restaurants that's in the city where we live. We try to eat different things and experience different things while we're traveling. But the convenience is like for a quick lunch or breakfast, we have the kitchen. We have the kitchen and everything there. So that's another advantage. You get in the house, and so there are the good and bad. I gave a few, just talking through the trip that I'm planning this year. There are some good and some bad of group travel, and I'm gonna tell you, we as a group in the vacation house, we have so much freaking fun. In fact, when we went to Daytona, we realized one day that we had not left the house that whole day. Somebody said, you know what, we haven't left the house all day. We grilled out, we got up, we ate breakfast, we started playing, I think we were playing Uno, y'all. It was just, we started playing Uno, and then we cleaned up the kitchen, and then somebody turned on some music. We started dancing. We went out to the pool, because we had the house had a pool in the backyard. We went out there. We started swimming, started dancing out there. Somebody started making cocktails, and we realized later on we haven't left the house today. But we was having such a good time with each other that we really didn't need to just that one day. We started cutting up in the house. One of the guys decided to play a prank on us, and he just all of a sudden was gone. And then we realized Mike's been gone about 45 minutes. Did he leave? All the cars are here, he was being a childish. He was being a child and acting silly, and was actually hiding. It was just, you had to be there for it to be funny. It was funny later on. It wasn't funny at the time because his wife was having a total fit. I thought, I said that he was out there by the pool last time I saw him. I thought a gator ate him. You got to be careful of alligators in Florida. Them chokers will just pop up from anywhere, So I was like, oh, a gator got him, And then one person said, we was in the area we were in were predominantly white, and you down south, we're like, oh boy, he's a black man walking, they got him. So anyway, we cut up and have a good time as a group. Now, again, that was a day where we decided, well, we didn't decide, it just happened that day where we stayed in. But for the most part, we get out and already have, like right now, I'm already pre-planning activities that we're going to do in Ocean City, Maryland. I was hoping to go to a horse race, but the races don't start till June, and we're going in May. But, of course, we're going to do that jet skiing again. We all fell in love with that. And some other activities I've come up with. And there's some things I just don't plan. We just do. There's some good and bad with traveling. Mostly, I will say, traveling with a group is mostly good. We've never, one time we did have a slight falling out. Not really a falling out, but we, one time at the beach, people drink and say things they ain't got no business and stuff like that. But for the most part, we've never had any issues with falling out or arguing. There usually is a few arguments about where we're going to eat, and we tend to do a lot of voting on things if we can't all decide as a group. And like I said, as a whole, it's a good experience, and we enjoy doing it every year. We look forward to it every year, and I am so looking forward to it this year because I need a vacation like you would not believe. I've been on little short trips, but I need a vacation, and this is going to be a 4-day vacation, much needed. I'm gonna cut up a little bit. I'm just let you know right now, and I might bring a little bit of it to YouTube. But I'm really loving this house that we chose. Like I said, it was hard to find something in Ocean City, Maryland, because when you're used to going down south, um, Florida, and um, different places in the south, I hate to say this, they have really nice houses. Like I said, the pool's in the back, So it was hard finding something in the area that we all wasn't familiar with, that would fit everybody. But we found one that we all liked, and I'm really looking forward to it. I think I'm gonna spend a whole lot of time out there on that balcony, and that balcony goes all the way around the house, and it overlooks a canal. And I think I'm gonna spend a lot of time out there. This is a little bar area and a half bathroom. So I'm really looking forward to this trip, and enjoying my friends. And this year we have 2 additional friends of mine, 2 guys. They're coming, and so that is the good or bad of group trips. It takes a whole lot of planning, a whole lot of coordinating. With us, we don't have to coordinate the schedule because we know every year we're going for Memorial Day, so we already know that. But take some compromise, but overall, it's worth it all. It's worth it all, So, thought I would share that with you guys today. With all going on, I said, let me share something. I've been sharing things about accidents, and yesterday I talked about homosexuality versus the church, and I said, let me talk about something kind of light today and possibly fun. But I am loving the time. Oh, let me tell y'all this. So this is one of the problems that we ran into that kind of frustrated me. And this is the area that the house is on. But anyway, that kind of frustrated me this weekend. It almost made me cuss. So, of course, when you rent a house, you gotta somehow come up with how people are going to pick their room, okay? And of course, everybody's running for that best room, okay, which is usually the master bedroom. This year we had to give room assignments before we got there because everybody had to know what size sheets to bring. Because sometimes you can rent a vacation home and they say that the linen, sheets, towels come with it. Every now and then you'll find one where they say no, it does not come with it. So this particular house, they charge additional money to supply the sheets and towels. We're like, we got our own sheets and towels we can take. So, and it has a washer and dryer, so we can, wash them. So I had to do room assignment early so that everybody can know what size sheets to bring. And I knew when I did this assignment that I was going to have one whiner. And sure enough, I did. That young boy. Same old young boy from New Jersey. Always giving us trouble. So I did the rooms based on need. You know what I'm saying? And he says, Faye, he don't talk like that, y'all. He's 6'4", big guy. So I don't even know. I just, he just annoys me sometimes. I love that boy. I really do, like a baby brother, but he annoys the heck out of me. But he was like, I don't want a queen bed. I want a king bed. Why you put me in the room with a queen bed? Now this is why I put the young man, the man, in the room with that queen bed. Because this house has 3 levels, and I know sometimes he has problems with his knees. So I put him on a lower level. Also, he's 6'4", okay? On the floor that had the king size bed, it has a bathroom with a low lip. So when I'm thinking low lip shower, with a low lip shower, and I'm thinking, and it's it's handicap accessible. So I'm thinking that shower head is low, okay? And I'm thinking this guy's 6'4". He's a big guy. So I'm like, I'm looking out for him. But when he started whining that he wanted the king size bed, I said, that's fine. I will switch you to that room. Now, what I didn't tell him, because I can be petty sometimes. I can be real petty sometimes, especially when you piss me off, instead of cussing you out, because I don't do that. I get petty. So this, for you YouTubers, listen to me. I don't roast, gag, nor beef, but I do some old petty stuff to get you. I'm just playing. Yes, I will. No, I won't. Yes, I will. No, I won't. Yes, I will. So what I did was, I said, okay. I said, tell you what, you can switch with me. You can have the king size bed that I had assigned to myself, and I'll take the queen. But what I didn't tell him is that he's in that handicap accessible bathroom. He got a handicap accessible bathroom with that low lip, with that low lip shower, which I really think that means that the shower head is low. He's gonna have a few issues getting his tall behind in that shower, and he's a big dude. He's not fat. He's just big guy. So that I ain't tell him. He'll find out when he get there. That's on him. He should have took that queen size bed and been done with it. And another thing is that he's gonna realize he's gonna have to climb them steps. But he'll be all right. He's a grown man. But anyway, so that is the other thing, trying to figure out. Now, what my parents do, they travel with a group. They travel with a group of friends that they've been friends since I was a baby, over 40 years. And it's a big group of them. They pull, and they're all couples. They pull, when they get to where they're going, they just pull out the hat, and whatever they pull out, that's the room you get. And again, that's normally what we do, but because, we had to figure out who needs to bring what size sheets, we had to go ahead and assign these rooms. So that's the other thing, people wanting the best room. How are you going to decide who's going to, get what room? But again, that can be fun if you pulling it out the hat. And y'all see that on Atlanta Housewives when they travel somewhere. They go through the same thing. They get in the house and go running for the room. But that's not as big of a deal. Sometimes it can be, but we've never had an issue with that. We just try to accommodate everybody, and I surely accommodated him. I can't wait till he sees that shower. But anyway, y'all have a blessed Thursday.